Hi, I'm Kevin Coupe. When Rupert Murdoch's News Corp decided to launch what they called the first national online newspaper that was developed specifically for the iPad, they spent millions of dollars and hired all sorts of great people. And the idea was a really good one. Certainly the iPad, instead of having adapted content from other sources, it would make a lot of sense to have something that was made specifically for the iPad, which is, at the very least, transformational technology. Unfortunately, they've managed to screw it up because they've done absolutely nothing to use the iPad creatively. In fact, they seem to have gone backwards, and that's a great lesson for business. If you've ever used an iPad, and listen, if you're a business leader in this country, you need to have at least played with an iPad so you understand what all the fuss is about. This is an amazing product, and you need to understand how it works. So if you've ever used an iPad, you know that it's an intuitive sort of thing. You put it out there and you swipe your fingers along the screen, and it helps you, very easily move around to figure out where to go. There's almost nothing about the Daily that is intuitive. Almost nothing. I mean, it's confusing to look at. And the other thing is, the internet and the iPad using the internet, they allow you to drill down to get more and more information. And the thing about the Daily is that there's almost no drilling down allowed. When Ronald Reagan's 100th birthday came along, they gave it 3 sentences, and there was no ability to go farther to find out more about Ronald Reagan. And this happens all the time. They're not using the iPad to its best advantage. They're not even using the internet to its best advantage. The other thing is, it's amazing. Virtually every newspaper site out there, news site out there, is updated all the time. Right? They're updated all the time. They give you information. And the whole Japan situation has been amazing because things are constantly being updated. The Daily is updated once a day, every morning. They're not even updating as much as traditional newspapers are doing. I mean, it's really a shame how this experiment, this multi-million-dollar experiment, is a complete and utter disaster. It reminds me a lot of the original AOL. A lot of us used AOL in the beginning of the internet because what that allowed us to do is kind of create some structure. They created structure for us, in fact, for this internet thing that a lot of us didn't understand. But we all grew past it. It's one of the reasons AOL is not such a big force anymore. We don't need AOL as sort of an organizing structure. The National is trying to be an organizing structure, and it's doing a lousy job of it. The lesson here for business is very simple. Just saying you want to adopt a modern technology, a 21st century technology for a 20th century business, and then kind of doing it by rote, it's not good enough. You have to understand what you're doing. You have to really make an investment. You have to do it right, and you need to use these technologies to their greatest potential, not to do just a little bit, because that's going to end up being more frustrating for the consumer than if you did nothing at all. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning. As always, I want to hear what's on your mind.